All right, so when it came to the issue with my daughter in Ireland, I said it has been 1 year since I have saw Kacey, and it has been over 9 months since I've been allowed to speak to Kacey. Laken is depriving Kacey of her father. Not only that, but my Social Security disability insurance provides $329 to each of my children each month until they are 18 years old. Laken can receive that as well for Kacey. But as we discussed before, we have to both take Kacey and her birth certificate to the U.S. Embassy and make sure that Kacey has registered as a U.S. citizen. I will not be able to do that without Laken and Kacey present at the U.S. Embassy in Dublin. I can come in May, but my contact with Kacey must be restored prior and ASAP. But this is tragic how Laken is playing her cards here. She's definitely hurting everyone, especially Kacey. Now, her sister says, as far as I'm aware, Laken had everything set in place. Whenever you arrive in Ireland, the solicitors, Garda, Tusla, be aware she is no longer in this town anymore. Kacey is doing amazing, as well as the others. I would advise you to stop defamation because it isn't doing you any favors. Also, Kacey will not be becoming a U.S. citizen until she is old enough to make that decision. Do not send any more messages as they won't be read. But the defamation is seriously doing you no favor, and I do not understand what your obsession with Athy, because they are no longer here in this town. Do not send me anything anymore. I am busy enough in my life, Ryan. And then she makes this accusation without any explanation and doesn't want me to respond to it. So she responds to me, but then she says, don't respond. And then she responds again. There is a major thing you said to someone that has been taken very seriously by the solicitors, etc. So I said, I have said nothing to anyone that is serious, and I am more than happy to answer for anything I have done, which is absolutely nothing. I am very aware of Laken and the lengths that she has gone to defame and make false accusations against Wayne Ford. But I assure you that I have not said or done anything against Laken other than tell the truth. I will happily release my recordings of both Laken and Jack on the matter, and it coincides with anything that I have said or done. There is no defamation, it's just truth. And Laken has no solicitors. I put my solicitor in contact with Jacqueline, that is Jacqueline McNamara, and she was not representing Laken, and she did not know of anyone who was representing Laken. But on that note, no one on behalf of Laken contacted my solicitor, Mr. Still. I said, now go one step farther. I will upload all the conversations that I had with the police in the USA and the conversations that I had with the Garda in Ireland and all the conversations that Laken had with the police here, because they were recorded and I have them uploaded. She was making some false allegations of harassment, which the police dismissed. They told her to kick rocks. The Garda never informed me of anything serious that I had said. No solicitors on behalf of Laken have contacted my solicitor, Mr. Still, in Ireland. I'm calling your bluff. My recordings will be hosted on the Internet Archive, and this is the address. So when she's saying that I said something serious, it wasn't serious enough for her to report to the police. And if it was, the police dismissed it, just like they did when she made false accusations against Wayne Ford, which I have recorded and I will put on that archive, where they said, no, she can't report him for harassment. She dropped all those charges that she had placed against him. So she had made a bunch of charges against her other baby daddy of her other 4 kids and then dropped the charges back and forth, calling the police on this guy, making horrible, horrible accusations against him. So then she did the same thing to me. We had a schedule at 6 p.m. every night to talk with the kids. I called at 6 p.m., just as we had scheduled, just like I showed the police here, our evidence. And she, at 6 p.m., called the police here or in the U.S. and reported that I was harassing her. The police told her to kick rocks, and they didn't believe her, and they saw my evidence that we had an agreement to speak on the phone at 6 p.m. every night. And so there was no other accusations or reports that Laken made. She knows not to do that because these false allegations can get somebody put in jail. There's a girl in Ireland that made false accusations against her baby daddy, and they found out to be untrue. And she's serving a year in jail in Ireland right now. Lakin knows better than to do that. Anyway, the only reason that I'm worried about this is that my daughter will not get any of these Social Security benefits as long as she's not signed up for them. So if she's not a U.S. citizen, if she doesn't have a U.S. Social Security card, she won't get my Social Security benefits for my retirement, which are pretty significant. $329 US a month is what my kids in the U.S. get. And so I want my daughter to be taken care of financially, and I want my daughter in my life. She's saying, what is your obsession with Athy? Well, I spent a good portion of 7 years there. I love Athy, Ireland. I love Ireland. I spent a lot of time in Ireland. But I'm currently in the Pacific Ocean in the Philippines, where it's summertime year-round, and I'm happy. I got a new family. A baby just came in my life. I've got a new child with my last name. His name is Dylan Kacey Thompson. He's 10 days old. I'm living in the lap of luxury, and life is good. I just want my daughter taken care of. She deserves that. And that's all there is to it.